IdoNotes podcast is a Spike Studio production. It's IdoNotes episode number 89. I sit with Carl Tyler of Epilio. We talk all about his new plugin for Sametime for his VOIP technology, as well as how it integrates with the new Plantronics headsets. Welcome, everyone. We're doing something a little different this time because we had some show and tell to do with you. Mr. Carl Tyler of Epilio. Yes, the moose from the Northeast. It's sometime in the evening time. We're having a quick little discussion and said we need to talk about this. I do appreciate the fact that you dressed up for our video podcast.
You know what it is, Chris? I dress up every day because even though I work from home most of the time, I found that if a customer calls, if I'm not in my shirt and tie, they can tell.
Well, I want to know, does Jesse listen to you better with a tie or without?
I don't know. I'll find out. Hold on. Jesse! Let me try it again without the tie.
You suck.
Jesse!
For those that don't know, Carl will make you one of those lovely conference... What are they called? The conference call?
Webcam clothing.
Webcam clothing. So it's basically you can be naked and throw it over the top.
I'm not naked. I just want to point out I'm wearing clothes.
That's good. He has a shirt on.
The naked thing's safe for my dad's video.
Nice. Nice. Well, some of us this week, why we dragged you in, some of us this week got an email. I know you're rolling out slow with your name stamped all over it, that you have started to develop and work with a new telephony plugin, and it was too big to pass up. So tell us about the plugin first that you're developing, and then we'll talk about the equipment.
So we're actually working with Plantronics. The plugin is for Plantronics. It's owned by Plantronics. Sure. And Plantronics obviously are a headset audio device manufacturer. They've been doing it for a number of years, and Chris is holding up their Bluetooth USB adapter, and actually that's quite a large one, Chris. Mine's much smaller than yours. In fact, I have here one that's coming out. Oh my God, I've lost it. It's so small. Where did I put it?
Is it that little tiny... It's your tiny dongle.
I've lost it. Hold on. Here it is. I did have it. Come on.
He's really serious.
I've got it now. I've got it. So this one's much smaller.
Nice.
So that's a bit smaller than yours.
That's all like the old the Kensington ones that used to slip in the side of the PC that'd be flush. That's nice and tiny compared to this one.
Yeah, you have to be careful not to swallow this one.
Yes, exactly. That one's kind of huge. So
yeah,
okay.
Keep away from small children. At least this one will pass all the way through. No, so we've actually been working with Plantronics to develop a new version of their plugin. Plugin is the version 2, okay. And we just entered beta at the beginning of this week. And it's got support for a lot of devices and has some new functionality and things in the plugin. And it's pretty interesting. Definitely, if you're using Sametime 8.5, 8.02, Notes with embedded Sametime, if you're using TCS/PI telephony solutions, if you're using SUT, if you're using pure Sametime media, the plugin works with all those configurations.
And depending on which we'll talk about headsets in a minute, it can work with your phone systems as well.
That's right. So one of the new upcoming headsets actually will notify the plugin when you receive a cell phone call, for example, if your headset is paired with your phone. And one of the things the plugin will do is it will update your Sametime status description to indicate that you're on a phone call. So if people hover over your name, they can see that. The other thing it does is, Plantronics realize that people use tools like Skype as well as Sametime. And if you receive something like a Sametime call, and you're doing that through your headset, your Sametime status description will also be updated to indicate that you're on a Skype call.
Now, whenever everyone understands, it's not changing your away busy. It's changing just the status.
Just changing the description. So the reason we actually chose to just change the description versus showing something like a telephone off hook icon and things like that, is if you do that, everybody requires a plugin, even people that don't have a Plantronics headset.
Okay.
So by updating the status description, it shows on anybody's device, whether that be a web client, whether that be an awareness state within connections, whether it be your awareness state in somebody else's notes client, doesn't matter. It's going to show your status description in any of those other devices and Sametime clients.
Well, it's so everyone understands what we normally use. So I'm in my studio where we do most of the recording. But during the day when I'm working and you've got one of the headset versions, I either use the UC2 Plantronics Pro. Oops, sorry, kind of bent there. There we go. Let's hold it the right way.
The Voyager Pro
Voyager
UC.
Pro UC. Sorry, Voyager Pro UC that came with the lovely USB dongle. So that one pairs with multiple phones. It works. I plug it right into the Mac, but it has noise canceling, and I love it. This is the one I use when I'm mobile and on the road. Now, I don't have it with me. You've got the Savvy, so what I have at the office.
I have a few, because we've been testing a lot of headsets.
You've got a couple.
So this one on my head actually is a very old Plantronics headset that I've had for years.
It sounds
great. I use it and still use it, and these other headsets are new ones. So let me give you an overview of some of these. So we have the Savvy Office. Let me see if we can get that in the shop.
Let's talk about it. I've talked about this one before. On the top, as people can see, there's two silver buttons. It lets you switch between the USB connectivity to your PC as well as the other line that goes to your phone. So you have that capability to switch between VOIP and regular, PBX systems. Now,
the Savvy Office, we actually have a more advanced feature with that device when you use the plug-in than some of the other headsets, which is in Sametime 802 and later, I think, you can actually receive a same-time audio chat, and somebody else can then call you for a same-time audio chat, and it will let you know that this other call's coming in, and you can choose to put that call on hold.
Wow.
Using some of the devices, like the Savvy Office there, you can actually push a button, and it will put your first same-time call on hold, and you'll switch to the other one. And you can push that button and switch between them. And you can do that, obviously, without touching your same-time UI. Now, what's nice about the Savvy Office is it has a huge range.
Oh, yeah. There's 600 feet DEC encrypted, right?
It's DEC 6 or whatever it is. I'm not sure, and I don't want to guess too much because the Plantronics folks will probably get upset
I've read this one. It's like almost 600 feet. It's DEC 6. I know that in our data centers, I can walk from my desk through both data centers. I just can't go near the elevators in the center of the building, and it's crystal clear everywhere.
Yeah. So basically, the thing with that means is that I can be away from my desk making a cup of coffee or doing some work somewhere, and I can get a same-time call, and it will ring in my headset.
Yeah.
And I can push the button on my headset to answer it, take the call, and I can push the button to hang up. I can push the mute button, and if another call comes in, I can hold the button and switch between them. And that's one of the things that's possible with devices like the Savvy Office using the plug-in.
Okay. What about the standard ones like the Blackwire and stuff like that? So
the Blackwires, actually, so here I have I've got a couple of Blackwires, and these ones are obviously wired devices. This is a CS 420, I think.
Okay.
Let's see if it says on the back of the thing. A C420. And this is it's actually a very comfortable, nice big ear pads. It's a USB adapter, but it has on it the mute, the volume up and down, and what's called the call control button, which is this one here.
Okay.
And when that's used in combination with Sametime, you can use that to answer calls, hang up calls. And actually, the C420 also supports putting calls on hold and switching between calls. And you do that just by holding down the speaker call control button.
Right.
So if I'm on a call, if I hold it down, it will put my same-time call on hold. Another device here, which is the sort that you tend to see more in call centers. It's actually a little more expensive than the C420, is a DA45 Blackwire device. This is also USB. Again, it's a headset. The call control's a little bit bigger on this one. And this one also has a disconnect. I'll do that again very slowly because I think you probably didn't see anything.
No, you'll see that in call centers. You'll see that in collection agencies.
Yeah, and the reason why you have that is anybody that's ever worked in a telephone support type contact center environment will know that often people like the supervisor will come around or go to somebody else's desk to help them with a call, and that lets them just plug in and start listening in or taking the call.
Right.
Then you have a kind of like a cut-down version of the Savvy almost, which is this one here, which is a CS50 USB, which is a wireless headset that works with your phone and also with your computer through USB. And this also has, this one has about 200 feet range. And with this one, you can hang up, mute the call, that kind of thing. Now, one of the nice things with the plugin is when you mute your headset, it'll indicate it in the Sametime UI. So the other person at the other end of the call knows that you've muted and unmute it, and it indicates and so on. So
before you show the other one, I want to, so everyone understands, it isn't, this whole thing that we're talking about isn't, it isn't a sales pitch for Plantronics. It's letting you know that there's telephony partners writing advanced features for Sametime that a lot of us aren't utilizing, right? This call control ability in VoIP and Sametime, as well as hooking to your PC as well as your PBX, is huge to have, one headset that works with your cell phone as well as your PC, as well as connecting up to your VoIP, as well as connecting to your PBX is huge, and a lot of us don't expose that capability inside of Sametime. And you and I could talk a long time about firewalls and NAT and everything else, but this is an advanced capability that you guys wrote. I mean, to me, this is a huge deal that you guys wrote this.
Well, I mean, it's good that we wrote it. That's what we do, is we do, plugins and things for Sametime.
Yes, but I mean, the whole point of the matter is that you're exposing a lot of the things that no one else is doing, and you happen to be partnered with a headset provider that wants into the market. Right?
I think it's good that Plantronics see IBM as a partner.
Correct.
And that obviously one of the good things, they obviously see there's a market there, which is always healthy. Some other things about the plugin. This one of the main goals for this version of the plugin was a radically simpler installer, and I think this is the first installer that's actually been out there for a Sametime or a Notes plugin that installs through an exe. Right. So you don't have to go tools, plugin, install, manage sites, and all that kind of thing, which most end users have no clue about. So it really is much more like a typical consumer application install.
Well, most of them can't do it anyway. The administrators lock them down. They're not.
Right.
It's not possible.
Right. So this kind of works around that.
Now you have an advanced one, right? An advanced new one.
I actually have a new headset which hasn't shipped yet, which has some really cool features. Which, if you look at it, it looks exactly the same.
Right. So everyone can see. We'll put them side by side. They look pretty much the same. Right.
But it's actually different.
Okay.
And this one, there's more details on Plantronics' website. But this one, what it does is it knows when you put it in your ear.
Cyborg.
Right? So if you ever had the situation where you're in your car and you're driving along and your phone rings, but your headset isn't in, so you reach for your headset, you put it in, and then you're faffing about, you got to pair it and all this sort of thing. This thing, what happens is you put it in your ear, and automatically your phone will get answered and switch to it. It has that presence. It actually works better than the iPhone 4, actually, for proximity awareness, because this one you plug it in your ear and it knows that you've done it.
Oh, okay.
My iPhone 4 often doesn't do that, but it has a voice on there that will talk to you. So that the minute you turn it on, it will tell you how many hours of talk time you've got, and it will tell you which device it's connected to. So if it connects to your PC, it will say things like PC1 connected.
Can we say what is the voice? Can we set?
It's a female voice. I like to think of it as like a Star Trek computer voice or something. Nice. If anybody's ever had laser surgery, it sounds a bit like the voice there where it says target acquired and that. But there's a couple of other things I noticed about this, which was one thing is if you have a iPhone, let's see if I can show this.
There it is.
You can see the Bluetooth indicator.
Yep.
Next to the Bluetooth indicator, there's actually a battery level. And the battery level is for the amount of battery in the Bluetooth device.
Very nice.
So, okay, it tells you when you put it into your ear that there's 6 hours of talk time left. But with that, you can also just see visually as well how much time's left on the device.
Did you just say when you put it in your ear, it tells you how much talk time it has?
Yeah.
You kind of skimmed over that. So when you put it in...
I said when you turn it on, it
says
tells you
computer.
how much talk time it has.
Oh, okay.
No, it says that and how much... Chris, if you're going to do this, you've got to work with me.
All I heard you say is it said computer 1. That's all I heard you say was computer 1. I didn't hear you say that it said how much talk time.
This is just like our World Cup trip all over again. You've got to listen to me, Chris.
I tried not to. That's what the earplugs were for.
And so the other thing this device does is it actually pairs with your phone and it will send information back to things like our plugin.
Okay.
And if I receive on my headset a telephone call, it hasn't gone through SUT or any other system. Sametime typically wouldn't know about that.
Right.
With these new devices, Sametime plugin actually gets notified that the device is on a phone call and will update your Sametime status description to indicate that you're on a phone call. So it's not a Skype call. It's not a call through your PC. Gotcha. It's a telephone call, and we know about it.
Wow. So is anyone eligible? How long till it's out publicly? Would you guys have a time frame?
It's all aimed to go. If you know when Lotusphere is, you can imagine that as a goal.
Right.
Obviously, I don't want to commit to anything because I'm not the final customer. Plantronics are.
Right.
But I think if you think about Lotusphere, you can understand where things are aimed. The headsets, I believe, if the new headset, if they aren't out, they're coming out probably shortly too. I do believe there's information on the Plantronics website for them. And I know Chris said this isn't a sales pitch, and I don't want it to sound like a sales pitch, but this device is actually my day-to-day Bluetooth headset that I use, and it's a very comfortable device. In fact, one of my colleagues, one of my employees uses it. He found it a little too comfortable, and he found himself in the shower one day still wearing it. So you don't want to do that. But if there is a video on the web, which maybe you want to link to, Chris, that shows how well this works in a wind tunnel.
Yeah. I know, because people think it's silly that I've been on this on a Skype call in the middle of like a Panera's.
Right.
Which for people out of the country that watch my podcast is a national chain of, like a cafe that has Wi-Fi. I've been on calls on this, and they have no clue because it's excellent noise cancellation.
Yeah.
Except for a screaming kid next to you. That one doesn't get picked up very well for some reason. They can't adjust quick enough. And so I use that model, and then I use the Savvy, and they've become a staple every day. This plugin is huge to me, not just because of the status, but because of the functionality in the headsets.
Right.
That's what I'm looking for. So now, for you guys yourself, any other plugins coming out for Epilio?
We actually have one we did probably a year ago, but we've kind of looking at it again. So, you know what? If I say we've got it, we're going to have it for Lotusphere, but it's a instant share plugin.
Okay, for Sametime.
For Sametime. So if you're chatting to somebody on Sametime, you can instantly share your screen with them versus starting up a meeting and all those other things.
Can I say something? You mean so it doesn't require Sametime Advanced?
Yeah, so we've spoken to lots of customers, and they kind of think that they want the instant share of Sametime Advanced,
yeah,
but they don't want to go through all the hassle of installing Sametime Advanced and everything else just to get instant share. And, or maybe they're using persistent chat from another vendor and things, so they kind of don't see the point of doing it twice. So what we'll be doing is we'll be releasing a version that you can use for free that has a 5-minute screen share limit, and then we'll be figuring out a price for a paid-for version, because most people can do a lot of stuff in 5 minutes.
You just went freemium, didn't you?
Freemium? That's right. Yes, we did.
Freemium, so free.
We're only a small company. We don't have the power of IBM, so we might be able to pull it off.
So free for 5 minutes, and then a small charge thereafter. That's not
no. It's free for 5 minutes. Then the meeting ends, and you could start another one if you want. We're not going to stop you, but it'll get irritating for you. Right,
but I mean, you'd have to buy the full feature.
Yeah, buy the license version, and then you'll have no thing.
Yeah,
and it does work with VNC proxy as well. So if you have people that are outside your firewall that you want to be able to do screen shares with that use Sametime, you could set up your own VNC proxy repeater and use that.
Now, you still have all your other free plugins that you've had out there for a while.
Yep, they're still there. We recently updated the translation plugin, and that'll be having another update just to kind of work a bit better with the Google Translation service when avoid putting too much load on Google and things. So that's actually used quite a lot. The one that's still downloaded the most is the wallpaper plugin.
Yes.
Where people brand their Sametime clients, which, it's great. If you're a company and you want to make people like Sametime, put in things like your company logo, use the branding toolkit, and put in a backdrop for people. Oh, yeah. No, and it makes it feel like it's their tool.
What about, you had the Jesse, right? The status update one?
Yeah, there's some people that still use Jesse because a lot of companies block Twitter and they block Facebook. So after Jesse, the guys in Australia, Matt Newman, I think his name is, came out with Wildfire on OpenTF, which is a great plugin that works with Facebook, Twitter, and all these other services. But a lot of those services are blocked in companies, so we do actually have a few people that are using Jesse. And obviously, as Chris said, it wasn't clear. These are free plugins from our website. We don't charge for these plugins.
Right. Well, that's a wonderful thing. So now, where can we find you at Lotusphere coming up?
Lotusphere, I'm probably going to be in the fountain most of the time because...
In the fountain?
Well, right in that area.
Okay.
I'll have a canoe. I'll just be canoeing around the fountain. Because I'm not speaking this year, but I will be at Lotusphere in and about. I don't think I'm going to attend any sessions or anything, but you'll probably find me walking around the showcase and just kind of doing that mayoral thing where I'm going around chatting to people.
Did you say you're not going to any sessions? You've already established this? We're not even there?
Yeah.
If you need Carl, he'll be bathing in the sun by the lake during the day. If you need him in the pool. Okay.
Right, you'll find me at SeaWorld performing every hour
no.
in the Shamu Stadium.
And no, we're not saying that's the park this year. Jeez. All right, so give them the URL, give them what they need to know, everything else.
www.epilio.com, EPILIO. And if you'd like to call us, it's 8669-EPILIO.
And I'm telling everybody, I'm on the beta. It is wonderful. It installed the status started updating, and of course they put it in there, and it's kind of, you can change it, but so that everyone knows when you first put it in, I get a call that says, I'm on another call with my Plantronics headset. So I mean, it's just a default.
It's a shameless plug,
right? And it's a default status message. You can change it when you want to.
Yes.
So if anybody needs anything, we'll have them get in touch with you. Otherwise, hopefully they can look for that. We'll put links to you. We'll put links to some of the headsets that you and I both like. We'll put links to your free plugins. Anything else you want in there, we'll put it on the show notes.
Okay.
Does that work for you?
Works for me.
Works for you. You can put your tie back on. Hang on 1 second. Everybody else, if you have questions, anything you need, how to reach Carl or how to get information on the plugin or some of the headset stuff, give us a note, drop us a line, or make a comment on the entry itself.